What's up, party people? Um, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hope everyone's doing well. If you're just joining us for the first time, my name's Luigi. I'm the host of Mogul Moves Weekly. We cover everything from box office, power and plays to everything in between. This is Josh, my co-host. Say hi, Josh. All right, let's get into it. It's a quieter week, I would say. Like this week is kind of the dead zone, the sort of gooch of the year, as people have been calling it, the in
Yeah.
between, the upside down. So we're going to kind of cover weekend performance of things that have been in theaters, and there were no big new releases this weekend.
No, we touched on this last week. Nothing new for the New Year weekend. It's really kind of a holdover story. The one new release worth pointing out was the 11th biggest domestic this weekend. We Bury the Dead, which I don't think we've talked about.
I've literally never heard of
It's
it until you said it this morning. I was like, oh,
Yeah, it's got Daisy Ridley. I'm not familiar with the director, but it did 2.5 million, so um, not terrible. Decent per screen average, per theater average. Um, the holdovers, I mean, obviously Avatar was the top performer again, but I think Zootopia continues to be like one of the crazier stories of the year in terms of its run. It did 19 million over the weekend, which is only a 4.2% drop from the previous weekend. So like literally holding over almost 100%. Um, and the housemaid, similarly, only dropped 2.9% from the last weekend. So the
huh.
housemaid obviously didn't have a crazy strong opening, but it's held over really well, doing like 15 mil per weekend since it released. Yeah, Avatar was down 36%. Marty Supreme was down 20%, which is just normal. Zootopia is just this crazy outlier this year.
Have you seen it?
No,
I have a friend who watched it and he was like, it's amazing. I guess
I feel
there's,
like I saw the first one like years after it came out. It was not like
yeah,
it's not a thing for me.
I think I watched it like accidentally. I was at like a someone's house and their like kid had it on. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it wasn't like we sat down to watch Zootopia. So I am now I'm actually curious. I There's this whole narrative online that the this is so awful, but that the I guess the one of the I guess every movie has a different mayor. There's been multiple mayors of Zootopia, and that this mayor, who is in fact a horse in the movie, is hot. So I will refrain from commenting on that for legal purposes, but that is the narrative that's being pushed online.
Good to know. I'll have to check it out.
So if that doesn't make you go see it, maybe that's why it's doing so well. Yeah, I don't know. Some freaks out there. Okay, let's move on. That was awkward. Let's hit our pick hold and drops for the weekend or for this week rather.
Um, I mean, it's January, so picks are going to be a little quiet. I think the two biggest releases this week to keep an eye on would be, I mean, in terms of volume, Greenland 2 and Primate. I think kind of the more low key one to keep an eye on is this thing on the stand up one with Will Arnett. That's probably my pick for the weekend. Is this thing on? I feel like it has the most potential to kind of overperform. I don't know, any of those jumping out to you as a pick?
Yeah, I mean, I think I guess that one. I'm like, I don't know. I had a friend who watched that this weekend and was like, it's a lot. Like it's like intense. It's not like a
Yeah,
fun watch.
that was kind of Stacy's take on the trailer. I feel like is he was like,
Yeah.
this doesn't make me want to see this. It just
Yeah,
feels
yeah,
heavy and stressful. Which
exactly.
sometimes that's what you need.
I mean, in the words of my friend, he was triggered.
Yeah.
So I'm like, do I want to
Um,
watch a movie? I'm in the new year. Do I want to watch a movie that would trigger me? I don't really know.
I don't know if I'm ready for that in
I'm gonna
January,
go with no. Yeah, I'm gonna go with no.
maybe February. I think I'm just gonna hold Zootopia again.
Yeah, that's
There
safe, I
doesn't
think.
seem to be any reason not to do that at the moment. Maybe I'm dropping. No, I don't think I'm dropping Avatar yet. Maybe I'm dropping Anaconda or Marty Supreme. I think those might fall off this weekend.
Yeah, I think I dropped Marty Supreme. I think the hype train is starting to leave the station a bit. People have seen it. The people that are going to see it, we're going to see it in the theaters have seen it, and I think
That's what I was gonna
it's like
say. Yeah.
everyone else is going to stream it. You know?
Yeah. The Fanatics already saw it.
Yeah, exactly. What? Who else? I guess that's it. You would drop Marty Supreme, hold. What was it? Oh, Zootopia
Zootopia.
pick. Yeah, I think I agree with you on that.
Yeah, I think
On all
we're in
three.
agreement this week. I don't think it's not too much to think about.
Yeah, yeah,
Unless you're a big Greenland 2 believer.
right. Not for me. All right, some big news, some trending news. Yesterday, if you guys didn't know, was the Critics' Choice Awards, which it's like the Hollywood's like date night to get like super wasted. So it was kind of fun to watch the clips from that. People were definitely partying. The big news out of that was Timothy winning his first ever like award, official award from I think yeah, it was his first ever, the Golden Globe for Best Actor for Marty Supreme. I think he like was really earnest in his speech. He thanked like he basically like highlighted all the other people in the category, which I think is the way to do that. Like that's how you garner love from Hollywood. And then obviously thanked his dear, dear girlfriend, Kylie Jenner,
Of course.
without whom I don't know we would have the same amount of hype for Marty Supreme. Like that was a big part of it. It got a lot of eyeballs.
Yeah, for sure.
There is, and I don't know if you're familiar with like the Hacks team, or have you watched Hacks yet?
No.
But the Hacks cast of the people on the in this picture right here, the cast of Hacks came, well, the cast and creator of Hacks came dressed as Kylie and Timothy, and their whole bit all night on the red carpet was like, "Oh my God!" Like when we saw that, like we didn't even know. Like that's amazing that they wore the same thing. We're like so honored that we wore the same thing. And it's like fully a custom like Chrome Hearts outfit like that they both wore. I thought it was so funny.
The custom orange Tims.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So I'm like, you know what? That was a genius move on their part. The other big news out of the night, Jessie Buckley winning for Best Actress for Hamnet. I think like
Yeah.
she is the front runner for Best Actress,
Oh
which is
yeah, for
awesome for
sure.
her. And she's amazing, obviously. Um, some other honorable mentions, Sinners. Oh, so like this little graphic on the side here, this little screenshot. We got the top winners of the night were actually Sinners and Frankenstein. One battle after another came in with three, K-pop Demon Hunters with two, and then everyone F1 came in with two, and then the others kind of just distributed equally with one. No
Yeah.
Wicked.
Yeah. That is one of the bigger stories. I saw someone mention Sinners and Frankenstein are both kind of horror, which is, you know,
Hmm.
not too typical for awards to go to. But I do think this will be the trend. I feel like Sinners and Frankenstein are kind of going to clean up on like the technical screenplay side of things.
Hmm.
One battle after another is kind of the, director, actor, lead, and then sort of Timmy carrying the uh the
Best
train
Actor
on,
Torch. Yeah.
best actor.
Yeah, I mean, PTA did win for one battle after another. I was really happy to see that, and I'm hoping he'll take the Oscar, honestly. I
Yeah, for
think he
sure.
deserves it
Yeah, for best director, I think so.
after being robbed for so many years.
Hmm.
All right, moving on. So Stranger Things, as many of you probably know, had its season finale. There was a whole marketing push to see it in theaters because it was 2 hours long. I watched it. It was amazing. I loved it. I kind of wish I had seen it in theaters, but apparently it made 25 million this weekend or for its
That's what
release.
I
I guess it's
yeah, that's what I heard, which is pretty crazy. Obviously, like the one person I know who watches it, I was talking to didn't know it was coming to theaters, but obviously they did a good enough job with the marketing that they got
Yeah.
a sizable amount. I mean, I'm curious. I didn't see it on Box Office Mojo. I'm curious how many theaters it was
Hmm.
released to. But I know it was like in the Cinemarks around me, so it must have been pretty wide.
I mean, I think Deadline reported this, but I do think the numbers were from Netflix. So how they're putting together that 25 million, who really knows?
Yeah.
Um, right? Like we don't actually know, like, is it 25 million in worth of box office? I know they gave a lot away. But the point is, I guess it's like 10 years of lore and like, people grew up with these characters. I figure it's like a lot, it's very similar to like how people grew up with the Harry Potter movies. Like we knew them since they were little. And in this case, it's like completely new. It's not even attached to a book or anything. It's just like completely new content. So changed the way that people thought about streaming. Anyway, so that was an interesting story, and I'm a huge fan. So good for them.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like on the back of, some of these like concert film releases, just kind of proving that like these like one-off
Hmm.
eventized theater experiences have decent legs.
Yeah, which I imagine is probably going to be a strategy for Netflix. If and when the Warner Brothers stuff happens, the Warner stuff
For sure.
happens.
Yeah.
A little bit of news from the Avatar front. We crossed a billion, y'all. The
Yay.
capitalist pigs win again. No, I'm kidding. It's James Cameron. He's just at this point, he's just like, listen, if it's not going to make a bill, I'm not going to do it. Like he's like, he knows his lane, and he's like okay with that. And I wish I had that level of don't give a fuck. You know?
Um, we were talking about Zoe Saldana. I mean, the top
Hmm,
grossing. It looks like she slid into number two.
nice.
Um, yeah, I mean, I assume
How,
Avatar with as much run as Avatar probably still has. I feel like she'll cross into number one sometime this month.
how far away is she? You know?
He is at 14.9 billion. ScarJo is at 15.4. So like
Oh, yeah.
just under just under half a bill. That seems pretty doable.
Yeah, I think that's gonna happen.
I think so.
Crazy. Good for her. All right, next news, but also about related to the box office. So, there was a lot of talk about the projections for the box office this year. Many people were saying we were going to cross 9 billion. We didn't quite hit it. Domestic ticket sales hit 8.87 billion, which was an increase from 2024, but still not quite pre-pandemic. So, I mean, we're moving in the right direction. Had there been one more, I mean, like, I feel like it's like very simple math. Like, had there been one more blockbuster, we would have hit it. So, like,
Yeah.
where's it at? Like, guys, come on. Like,
And I would guess it's at the beginning of the year, there were probably, if you looked at the projection, there were probably more naysayers than not. So kind of, I think hitting the projection is kind of a good win for the industry. And yeah, like you said, we continue to trend in the right direction.
there's always next year, guys. All right, moving on. So we do have some polls to share, mostly related to the Golden Globes, which are next week. If you guys are ready, tune in. We're gonna be live tweeting it. Um, who will win the Golden Globe for Best Original Song? Dream has won Avatar, Fire and Ash, then Golden. I think we need to flip that. Like the Dream has one song, I Love You, Miley, not good.
Do you
Now
think,
K-pop Demon Hunters, Golden.
yeah,
That's a banger.
yeah, that's gonna win for sure. Do you think Wicked has any chance?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm
Feels like she's
like,
kind of out of the race this year.
I think so too. And that makes me sad, but you know what? We predicted this because the second half of Wicked is bad. So
Yeah,
I hate to sound like a Debbie Downer, but it's just the reality.
especially musically. Like the first half had all the good songs. And there's something to be
Exactly.
said for like voter fatigue. I think they won so many awards last year. It's kind of like, nah, they're probably good this year.
That's true. And I think there was overall media fatigue too from last year.
Probably.
It's just proof like just because you're out there and like campaigning more, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to translate to,
Yeah.
um, awards. All right, so and the next one, who will win the Golden Globe for Best Screenplay? You know what, guys? One battle after another. That would have been my guess too, but I think it's going to be Sinners. I really do. I think they have
Yeah,
the
I
best
think
chance.
based on what we saw at the Critics' Choice Awards, especially, I mean, there's maybe some nuance to this. Is this best screenplay, best original screenplay, or best
Yeah.
adapted screenplay? Um, if it's original, yeah, I think Sinners. I feel like it was easily the best original story this year. One Battle After Another is like semi-adapted, so
Hmm.
there's always that kind of nuance. But I do agree with you.
Oh yeah, I actually don't know what if it was in the same category for Critics' Choice.
For Critics' Choice, Sinners won Best Original and
Yeah,
PTA won Best Adapted.
but for Golden Globes, there's only one, and it's
If
just
yeah,
best screenplay.
interesting. Okay.
Or maybe there's an adapted, and then there's best screenplay, which I assume then means
The
original. Let me look
original.
that up.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Mm, they do not have a separate category for best adapted screenplay. So it's just
Interesting.
like it's just best screenplay. But since there was that, so maybe that will be the kind of equalizer is that like you're forced to pick one, then maybe one battle after another will win. And then you guys will be right. Perfect.
Yeah, if they're in the same category, I bet it's close.
You think?
I think so.
Yeah, okay. We'll see, Josh. This is an interesting one. Which distributor will win the most Golden Globes? Now everyone's saying Warner. Gosh, I have to know like what was.
I want to say Sinners would have been Warner Brothers, but I'm not positive on that. I don't know. I don't know. Our COO Gretchen is the one person I know who would know that.
Yeah, Warner Bros. Was Sinners. Sinners was Warner Brothers. Netflix, so back to like what we said earlier, right? Like Frankenstein
Hmm.
and Sinners kind of both took it. Frankenstein was Netflix, right?
Hmm.
But the the studios slash are these distributors or are they studios? They're studios, right?
So
Or maybe they're both, maybe they're the same. I don't know.
if
I could just
it's
be completely wrong. I don't know.
I do think this breakdown is good. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of going to be between those two movies. I think I would lean towards Frankenstein just because like it has the potential to really clean up on all the like the technical categories, makeup, costume, set design, stuff like that. And I think Sinners has maybe a slightly smaller window to work with. Although Sinners does kind of have like music, original score, things like that that were really good. So I
Yeah.
think it'll be close between those two.
Yeah, I think so too. I do think it just brings up the idea of like Guillermo del Toro as a entity and what he represents for Hollywood. People really love him, and so and like
Yeah.
directors, even directors now and actors now, they like look up to his work as like some of the best, in cinema's history. So I'm just like,
Yeah. He's like
part of
he's
it's that
already
too,
an
right? Like
icon.
it's like a bit of a popularity contest. Like I don't know.
They've also Frankenstein also has Jacob Elordi, so
That's true. It's true.
does
I
not
just
hurt your
think like
case.
it does all end up being a popularity concert contest, doesn't it? In the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. Let's look at the leaderboard. So it doesn't look like there was any movement last week. Obviously, there was scoring did happen,
Yeah.
and there was some good amount of movement in the scoring, but everyone kind of stayed in place. So congrats to all of you who are still ranked.
Good job, guys.
And if you're looking to play Mogul, you just have to hit up mogulgame.moviepass.com. You can play for free. There's a $100,000 prize pool, and we are in fact extending the season through the beginning of May or middle of May rather. And these guys, you'll have a chance to win. Those who have already won or those who have already been playing, since the beginning, you'll obviously be rewarded for the time you've spent and the scoring you've done, the score you have. So yeah, there's time to play, and you can play this first half of the year. It'll be a fun one. Cool. All right. So anything else to add, Josh?
No, it's just that simple. Go in and play.